Welcome to our devotion for today in the Reading Through the Bible devotion series as we read through the Bible in the one-year Bible. And today is July 15th, and we're going to look at the reading from Romans, the New Testament reading, Romans chapter 2:25 through 3:8. So this is a shorter section of Romans, and were it all on its own, it would be kind of hard to make total sense of it. But once we see that this is really a transition between what went before and what's yet to come, then that gives us a little bit of room to work with. So the main thing here is the relationship, as Paul is speaking, between Jewish unrighteousness at this point in the letter to the Romans and God's righteousness. In other words, how the Jews rejected Jesus and fell into unrighteousness doesn't make God unrighteous. God doesn't try to trick us or lay us low. God remains righteous. Likewise, the fact that all people break God's law doesn't make God unlawful. God remains just. Furthermore, it's not just the Jews that are unrighteous, as I alluded to right there. Paul is careful to point out that unrighteousness is universal among human beings. So, all that we read here about the law ought to prompt us to say, this law applies to me. I am unrighteous. God judges me rightly when he declares me to be a sinner. I'm deserving of God's wrath. So we say that in all seriousness and earnestness. At the same time, we uphold the truth that God is true and his truth resounds to his glory. His righteousness is established and vindicated when he speaks and when he judges. God is reliably faithful. God is altogether righteous. So he is the one who properly is the judge of the whole earth. He has every right to declare me a sinner. God's judgments are right, as he judges against all who challenge or presume upon his righteousness, faithfulness, and truth. Yet, despite the predominance of law here in these attributes of God that we're talking about, his righteousness, faithfulness, and truth, we have just the same great hope and assurance for all of us who are in Christ through faith, for all God's faithful people. Romans will explain this in greater detail later, but it's good to know that it's coming. May God be with you and bless you, and